Remember Me is the first release from French developer Don't Nod. It's an action platformer whose strength lies in the characters and the world that Don't Nod has created, even when the game itself can't hold up its end of the bargain. Remember Me is set decades after some nebulous world conflict has destroyed much of Europe and Paris. From the ashes, a new Paris has arisen, powered in large part by giant corporations like Memorize. Memorize has risen to power on the back of the Sensen, a device that digitizes and stores memories. Memory is currency, memory is product, memory is medical treatment. But as with any good cyberpunk future, a conspiracy is in play with Memorize in the middle. It's up to Nilin, a memory hunter whose own memories have been destroyed, to unravel it. Remember Me sets itself apart with the basic foundations of its combat. Combos aren't just known from the beginning, they're unlocked over time and actually remixed and rebuilt using the Presson system. Each Presson has a particular effect within a combination. Some Pressons make a strike more powerful, while others grant Nilin more health with each attack. Some reduce cooldown time on Nilin's special abilities, and others multiply the effects of the other Pressons inside a combination. This sounds simple, but the point is that as the game progresses, there are new encounters and new scenarios that require a rethinking of the combos that you've built. Other basic action game cliches are actually cleverly integrated into Remember Me's fiction. There are no keys to pick up or computers to hack. Nilin steals memories themselves, which allow her to enter new areas. Where Remember Me really stands apart as far as game design is in the remix sequences. In these cases, she is hacked into the brain of a target and is actively rearranging her target's memories. There are different reasons for this. Often it's to turn an ally, but they always provide an interesting look into the characters and humanize her opponents in a way that most games aren't willing to do. Where Remember Me sort of falls apart is in the actual playing of certain elements of the game. The enemies are often fun to beat up and the combo system is fun to use and experiment with, but as more and more powerful enemies are added, the cracks in that system start to show. The controls are finicky and Nilin doesn't always respond the way that you would expect her to. You'll find yourself ganged up on by enemies and not be totally sure what the game wants from you, and only after dying once or twice will Remember Me stop and try to explain what ability you need to use to overcome the encounter in question. From an animation standpoint, Nilin isn't especially responsive, and the transitions from move to move while platforming can make those sections really frustrating. Getting around the environments of Paris are enjoyable, but later puzzle elements increase and instant death is peppered throughout the game. But Remember Me does the most to offset the frustration of the platforming sequences and later combat through the constant introduction of new story beats that really made me want to see what happened next. Don't Nod has built a really beautiful world with a strong identity that I wanted to explore, and I wanted to seek out the corners and find the little stories and bits of information that they'd scattered around their world. And it really pulls the narrative style together, even when Remember Me threatens to fall off the rails amidst the late game endless combat and an ending sequence that falls prey to some of the worst cliches of action games. Remember Me's mechanical ingenuity with its combo system is beset just as often by mechanical problems with its platforming and controls, but the world and story that Don't Nod has created goes places that games usually don't. It explores terrorism and responsibility and how our experiences define and shape us. It doesn't always succeed as a game, but Remember Me's story keeps it moving and makes it worth playing.